It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, brought to you by Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. It is a cold start on this Tuesday, back to work across the Ozarks, and temperatures are in the teens, feeling more like the low single digits. All the layers are necessary this morning for kids heading out to school. And by this afternoon, things will warm up pretty significantly, so you may not need all the layers that you have this morning. Later on today, with sunshine and high temperatures expected to make it back into the upper 40s. The forecast for later today actually looks quite nice. What we're seeing across the country, though, is big changes. We've got really cold air for the eastern part of the country. We, of course, had our Arctic air over the weekend and yesterday. Conditions are likely going to be warming up, though, closer to seasonal averages again by the time we get to the middle of the week. And I've got temperatures that even look kind of comfortable by the time we get to tomorrow and Thursday. I'm watching winter weather in the forecast. It's kind of what everybody's talking about, winter weather potential as we head closer to the end of the week into the weekend. At this point, I'm thinking this is Friday evening into Friday night, lasting through the day on Saturday and Saturday night. Getting out of here by Sunday. And for the Ozarks, at least today, it's looking primarily like a snowfall event. This is a big time winter system, though. I mean, we are going to hear about this in national news headlines all across the country because somebody, and maybe a lot of people, are going to get walloped from this winter storm heading our way this weekend. Models really starting to indicate that some winter weather is possible across the country, and it could hit some very major cities. So, well, the worst of it being the Ozarks, probably not, but we may get some snowfall out of this Friday and Saturday, and accumulation at this point does certainly look possible as that event draws a little bit closer. We're dry today. That's the good news. We have several nice, dry, and mild days to prepare for winter weather coming our way on Friday. It's cold, though, this morning, so make sure you just use caution. Limit your time outdoors this morning and cover all exposed skin. Of course, the pets don't want to be out for long in these types of temperatures with feels like numbers anywhere from 1 to 10 degrees this morning. We've got sunny skies and high temperatures climbing up into the mid 40s today, 47, my official forecast for us here in Springfield. I do expect sunshine through the course of the day today, and we'll be staying near normal in the forecast through about Thursday. So today, tomorrow, and Thursday, the best days. Another cold front comes through late this week, and it opens the door to some super cold air. I mean, dangerous cold across the Ozarks. And in fact, I think that the cold is the bigger story than even the winter weather. Of course, if we have some snowpack on the ground, that will allow temperatures to get a little bit colder here in the Ozarks. And I think that's what models are picking up on when we see some of the dangerous cold heading our direction. You may have heard in national news headlines, it's part of the polar vortex. Well, that is true. A chunk of that kind of comes south, way further south than it typically does, all the way to Texas. And it is going to bring some big time cold with it. A lot of the country going to be dealing with temperatures they don't normally see. We are going to be mild until that system arrives. Right now, I have about a 40% chance for precipitation on Friday. Wind chill values Friday and Friday night, they're going to feel like minus 10 to minus 15. It is going to be seriously dangerously cold across the Ozarks Friday and Saturday. So the key message here is that a very cold air mass is expected to drop into the region over the weekend. This is not just for us in the Ozarks. It goes all the way to the southern part of the country. Probabilities for temperatures dipping down below zero have increased. And there is about a 45% chance that we see some of those sub-zero temperatures this weekend. So stay up to date on the latest. I'll, of course, have all the updates for you here on Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. Around the country, what's making headlines? It's this Arctic air intrusion for the eastern U.S. They are now getting the cold blast that we had over the weekend and on MLK Day. Georgia and Florida are waking up super cold this morning with freeze warnings in place. And by midweek, we are expecting showers and thunderstorms to happen along the Gulf, south in Wednesday, Thursday timeframe. And then some of those same locations may be dealing with winter weather and ice all the way from Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, including the Ozarks. And this stretches all the way over into the Tennessee Valley and to the East Coast, into the Carolinas. I mean, it is going to be a vast winter system impacting the country this weekend. Travel will be tricky around the country. I'm just going to say it because there are some major hubs involved in where some of this winter weather is possible. All right, now time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question for the day. Speaking of snowfall, what is the record for snowfall in a single day for Springfield, Missouri? Do you think it is A, 12.5 inches, B, 17.5, C, 20.1, or D, 15 inches? Well, all of these are just super big numbers, and we haven't had an event like this in quite a while. However, B is the answer at 17.5. If you remember a very big event, though, from just a handful of years ago, I think 2013. I guess that's more than a handful now. Somehow it's 2026. But in 2013, which doesn't seem like that long ago, we actually had an event where more than 18 inches of fell over 2 days in the month of March. It was one of our biggest snowfall on record, but it spanned over 2 days. And the question here was snowfall record for a single day. So congrats if 17.5 was your guess. Here's the trivia question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. According to some Ozarks old timers, if cows are lying down in the pasture, what kind of weather is coming? Do you think it's A, sunny and warm weather, B, heavy rain or a storm, C, a cold front with high winds, or D, fog and low clouds? What do you think it means when those cows lay down? You can let me know your guess. That's at the website, aroundtheozarks.com. Hey, speaking of the website, there is a weather page on aroundtheozarks.com with winter weather heading our way this weekend. I want to remind you that that page is updated 24/7 up to the minute all day long. So if there are any changes in new model data, the forecast there will reflect that. So make sure you check out the website for the official forecast. Thanks so much to our sponsors, Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll talk to you again early tomorrow.